warrior, I want to talk about Virginia Giuffre. Today's October 21st, 2025, and today her new posthumously authored book called Nobody's Girl is being released into the public. Now, we've heard a lot of buzz about this book. I'll tell you why it's important. Epstein, Ghislaine Giuffre, seemingly, right, have gotten away with everything. This book details how many people saw what was going on. Now, Virginia herself says she does not name a lot of people for the fact that she has a family and she's in fear for them. This book was supposedly written while she was alive. I'm still maybe questioning or digging in or looking into her death. I find very suspicious and timely. And I want to go into something she mentions, which I think is so important. She said, even if men visiting Epstein Island or the mansion in Manhattan or down in Florida didn't partake in any sort of abuse, they did see young girls running around in bikinis and naked, and old men, these are Virginia's words, not mine, inappropriately touching girls. And she couldn't help but think, wow, these could be their daughters, their granddaughters. She also details more about Prince Andrew. I'm not sure. I've been on the road, warriors. I just got back, overnight flight. Basically, I think he was stripped of his titles, whatever that means today, that he was such a pervert, and also that a very well-known prime minister, read between the lines, was totally abusive and into beatings. Now, again, I ask, this goes all into our warriors, follow the thread here, community creates change, that we have to keep our eyes and ears open. We have to understand this is going on at mass levels I can't even comprehend. But at the same time, it's happening in each and every community, city, town, rural area across the United States. Children are being abused. The numbers are only escalating. We are not going to stop this, but we can get in there, intervene, prevent, and provide resources. Keep our eyes and ears open. Don't let it be your child or grandchild or your neighbor's child. Virginia, it's such a sad story. I do know many of the Epstein survivors, and I understand completely how they got sucked in as young girls. Virginia describes how Jeffrey and Ghislaine really moved in as a teen on her vulnerabilities and became these parental figures to her, something she never had before. And how they coerced her. She didn't know it was coercion at the time. And this goes for all victims. So when people say to me, and I take great offense to it, why didn't they run away? Why didn't they know what's going on? You do not realize, especially a kid, what this is. And if you think somebody's being nice to you and you're surrounded by wealth and you're getting fed and somebody's gushing, and Virginia points out, Jeffrey always said to her, you have a strong career ahead for yourself. You're smart. Kept feeding her ego, right? Thank goodness she got away eventually on her own. But they also, Ghislaine and Jeffrey, and we heard this before, were really trying to, it came to a point where she finally was able to get away. They were coercing her into having a baby for them to give the baby to them. So, Nobody's Girl. I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad we're talking about it. What is Congress waiting for? Release the Epstein files. I think probably whatever information we wanted to know is long gone, redact it, and we're never really going to get to the bottom of this story. But it does lead us to, there are so many survivors out there and advocates, just like Lynn's Warriors. We demand answers. We demand accountability. So Jeffrey's not here. So they tell us. Ghislaine is in the country club prison, which, with her charges, you're not supposed to be in a place like that. Obviously, she gave some sort of information. And the rest are still floating around, a lot of them. Hold them accountable. Also hold those complicit who worked with Jeffrey Epstein, the bookers, other massage therapists, house cleaners, all of that they say were questioned. I guess they flipped, gave information. What information? We've gotten nowhere. Nobody's Girl. I'll be getting my copy today because it will reinforce for me, as the head of Lynn's Warriors, how we have to be on the lookout for all of our children and our teens and our young people, because so much is happening right now, and that's where the predators move in, whether it's uber wealthy, as we're told, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, down to the neighbor on the corner right? If you know of somebody, hear of something, please call 911. If you think it's a child or a teen, you can also call 1-800-THE-LOST. That is part of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And if you are a victim of sexual assault, abuse, all of that, please rain.org, RAINN.org, and they will help you. You can call even just to ask information. But how could Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell get away with this for so long? Power, blackmail. Those complicit in high places will be in Washington this week. Will be demanding Congress discuss this, talk about it, release files, and stop sweeping things under the rug. It is about time our kids and teens and all people are taken care of. I'm tired of this, and you should be too. Please follow linswarriors.org. Please make sure you sign up for our newsletter. We have a great one going out this week about, I'm sorry, the effects of marijuana today. Have to reinforce it because it's being cut, laced, whatever you want to call it, with fentanyl. Still, there's not enough discussion about the poison that is fentanyl. So kids think, oh, marijuana, or all people, is less harmful than taking opioids. But in fact, it too is, and nobody's talking about this right now because I have a lot of parents reporting to me about their kids being affected by this, laced with this poisonous fentanyl. We have to talk about it. Understand, it's all over the place. But there's hope. There's hope because you have the warriors. I have you listening, and we're going to fight all of this. Virginia Giuffre, may she rest in peace. I pray for her children. I pray for her family. And let her voice, because she was the resounding voice that got all of this Epstein stuff going. Let us honor her by the book, by understanding what's going on and being aware. I ask all of you, honor our hashtag Community Creates Change. Each and every day, go out and be